But we begin this morning with the unseasonable warm weather. It's just 2 days until spring, but places like Green Bay, Wisconsin and Fargo, North Dakota are feeling more like summer. The Weather Channel's Mike Seidel is in one hot spot. We don't say that very often this time of year, Chicago. Mike, good morning.
And good morning, Lester. How often can you stand on the beach in Chicago in mid-March and not need a jacket? Right now it's 64 degrees, almost 20 degrees above the average afternoon high. Yesterday, Minneapolis-St. Paul broke their 7th record high in the past 8 days. And over the past week, we've set or broken more than 2,000 record high temperatures.
It was a balmy day at New York City's famed St. Patrick's Day Parade, a far cry from the event's typically chilly weather. Over in the nation's capital, celebrating 100 years of the city's famous cherry trees, temperatures in the 70s produced one of the earliest blooms on record.
They're beautiful, but they're early this year. It always lets everybody know it's time for spring.
In Chicago, it's never been this warm, this early. 4 80-degree days in a row. That's 35 degrees above average.
It's perfect, absolutely perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better.
But it's not all good news. In Michigan last week, with the early start of severe weather season, came tornadoes.
It was wind gusting. We saw squirrels flying in the air.
The twister damaged more than 100 homes, downed power lines and uprooted trees. Remarkably, there were no deaths or even any injuries. Even in Paradise, they're feeling the effects of this wild weather.
It just came down from the heavens, and it was big. It was at least the size of golf balls.
A hailstorm in Hawaii was a first for many residents, followed by a tornado, carving a path of destruction 1.5 miles inland. And then came the rain, days and days of it, dropping more than 4 feet on parts of Oahu and Kauai.
Over in Southern California, the rain was welcome. The area has seen less than half of its average rainfall this season. Still, the storm slickened roads, downed trees, and caused thousands to lose power.
It's really cold.
But remember, it is still winter, and Northern California has just begun to see what's being called the strongest winter storm of the season.
Prouder. Can't beat it.
Pounding the Sierra with at least several feet of long-awaited snow.
And some of that wind energy from that western storm will head out through the western plains today. There will be a little bit of severe weather this afternoon in the Texas-Oklahoma Panhandle. A slight chance of a tornado, but again, most of this will be record heat. And one of the most mind-boggling stats from yesterday, the nation's icebox, International Falls, usually snowy and cold this time of the year. A high temperature of 77, the warmest day they've ever seen in March, and breaking their record by 22 degrees. That's almost unheard of. Lester, I know you spent a lot of time in Chicago. Ever been out on the beach in March without a heavy coat on?
Never. I used to ride my bike on that beach. At this time of year, I would be in a heavy coat. Mike Seidel, good to see you. Thanks very much.